Good morning, everybody. Today we are in the continuation of concept of equilibrium output or GDP. Dear student, today we have to deal with the determination of equilibrium level of output, that is GDP or equilibrium income. Since we started concept of equilibrium in our previous class, so right now we are able to study about the determination of equilibrium. When we have to decide determination of equilibrium level of income or output, dear student, there are two approaches available with us. Here, approaches of equilibriums. Equilibrium output. First is AD equal AS approach, and second is S equal I approach. We have two approaches. First, S equal AD approach, and second S equal I approach. In between two, must remember that the first approach, that is AD equal AS approach, is the main approach of equilibrium, but it is the main. And second is alternative approach. So we have to determination of equilibrium level of GDP output or equilibrium level of income with both the approach separately. But since AD equal AS approach is the main approach of determination of equilibrium output, so we have to start with the AD equal AS approach. After that, we will deal with the alternative approach, S equal I. So, my dear student, must remember that when you have to answer any question regarding the equilibrium, determination of equilibrium of GDP output or income, you have to choose the first approach, AD equal AS only. But if it is asked to explain with the alternative approach, you can deal with the S equal I approach. So, see the concept AD equal AS. Perhaps we already discussed both the approaches separately. Here, AD equal function of Y and AS equal function of Y. AD equals C plus I and AS equals C plus S, where AD stands for aggregate demand, C stands for consumption expenditure, I investment expenditure, AS aggregate supply, saving. F stands for functional relationship. Y stands for disposable income, or you can say disposable income or national income. See, we have to recall the notation we are using here. AD equal AS approach. Here, AD is the function of Y, that is level of income, or you can say disposable income. There is direct link between AD and Y. Here, Y equal AS, and AS is as same as the level of income. So, from the concept of AD and AS, we know that AD depends on disposable income. It comprises two components. One is C, another is I, where C stands for consumption expenditure and I stands for investment expenditure. Must remember, we are discussing here regarding ex-ante approach. Ex-ante approach is our subject because there is no scope of discussing about ex post. Ex-ante means it is the planned value. Value of each and every element we are considering here is ex-ante in nature. There are two types of economic variables. One is ex-ante, another is ex-post. Ex-post is the realized statement of expenditure. But in the field of economics, we have to keep in mind we are unable to get the realized value because the main role of economics to formulate the plan for coming financial year, and to formulate the plan we have to wait. We have to predict the value for coming financial year because there is no possibility to collect the real information regarding next financial year. You will get the real picture or real data for next financial year after completion of the financial year. But our objective to formulate the policy much before the inception of financial year. So we have to consider only about the ex-ante approach, that is called planned approach. Planned consumption expenditure, planned investment, planned aggregate supply, planned saving, planned level of income. So everything is estimated or planned, not realized. So say one-to-one, how to determine the level of equilibrium output or income through AD and AS approach. First, let's start with the AS. AS is the function of Y. X-axis, Y-axis. Along with Y-axis, we have to give the value of AS, that is C plus S, and along with X-axis, level of income. When you try to develop a diagram for AS, it's started from origin, maintain equidistant from both the axes. The curve is AS equal Y curve. Angle is 45 degree, and at each and every point it's maintained equidistant from both the axes A, B, must equal BC. It is must. So our AS curve started with the origin, maintain equidistant from both the axes and constitute 45-degree angle at the point of inception. So after having the AS curve, we have to, if you wish to see the data for AS, data set for AS, data level of income and AS. If level of income is 0, AS equals 0. If level of income is 50, AS must be 50, 100, 100, 150, 150 and so on. So same value you have to keep for both the component AS and Y. After plotting the value on the diagram, you will get an upward sloping straight line curve passing through the origin and constitute 45-degree at the point of origin. So after AS, see the concept of AD. Here AD equals C plus I, where C is for consumption expenditure, and I, dear student, I is for investment but for AD right now we are taking the value of autonomous investment expenditure. So here I stands for autonomous investment expenditure. Actually, there are two types of investment: autonomous and induced. Autonomous investment are independent from level of income. It's given and unchanged. It is an independent investment from level of income. Doesn't matter whatever the level of income. There is no role of level of income for autonomous investment expenditure. It's given and remains unchanged because it's investment by government authorities or government. So autonomous investment, if you wish to draw the curve, your autonomous investment the level of income and investment, whatever the level of income, it doesn't matter. Suppose it's 10, then the value of autonomous investment must equal 10. See, if you wish to draw a curve for investment and level of income, it doesn't matter, it's denoted by bar on I. See, at the level of 0, investment it remains unchanged at the level of 10. So it's independent from level of income. So See the next component of C. Put the value of C. As we know that C also a function of y, and C equal bar on C plus b y. Suppose it's 20, 60, 100, 140, 180, and so on. See, what we observe at the zero level of income, our consumption expenditure is 20. So, bar on C stands for autonomous consumption expenditure. Autonomous consumption expenditure. It's also independent from level of income. Doesn't matter whatever the level of income is given and remains unchanged. The reason is that it's the basic level of consumption required for survival of people in the economy. So there is no role of income. Even at the zero level of income, economy has to spend equal autonomous consumption. Again, the other segment BY. B stands for MPC, that is marginal propensity to consume, and Y, the level of income. This portion of consumption expenditure depends on level of income, and we assume that there is linear relationship between consumption expenditure and level of income. So, after having the data set, you can calculate the value of AD equals C plus I. See, calculation of AD by joining the value of C and I both. 10 plus 20 equals 30. 10 plus 60 equals 70. 10 plus 100 10 plus 100, 110, and 10 plus 140 equal 150. 10 plus 180 equal 190. So, as we aware, our income may consider as AS. Since AS must equal the level of income. So, we can tell the value of AD and AS both on the same diagram. So, here SY equal AS because both are equal at each and every point. So, draw a diagram X and Y axis. Along with Y axis AD as well as AS, and along with X axis the level of income. See what the possibility for a diagram when you plot the value. So we already discussed about autonomous investment and AS. AS 45 degree is maintain equidistance from both the axes. So and our C curve is started from autonomous consumption, that is our autonomous consumption is 20. So our C line started from autonomous consumption expenditure. See the relation between C and Y at the point of zero level of income. C is 20, that is autonomous consumption. At the level of 100 rupee income, C equal Y. C equal Y. Here Y equal AS. And when we add C plus I, we get the value of aggregate demand. So the value of aggregate demand AD equals C plus I C curve. So after plotting these values on a diagram, what we get? I is the autonomous investment expenditure, C the consumption curve, and AD comprise C plus I. So it's an AD curve. Dear student, we have to discuss about determination of equilibrium output. AD equal AS approach. So see the point of intersection between AD and AS. At point AD, our AS curve intersected by AD curve. At the point of E, our AD curve intersected by AS. See the level of income 150. When our income is 150, our investment expenditure is 10 and consumption expenditure is 140. So our AD is 140 plus 10 equal 150. So the level of income 150 at which our AD exactly equal to AS. See, to get the equilibrium, our condition is AD must equal AS, and it's possible only when our AD intersected by AS. So when we reach at the point of E, we got our AD is exactly equal to A. So the point is popularly known as break-even point or point of equilibrium output or income. See what happened before and after the equilibrium. In this area, see the area, our AD is greater than AS. but in the area AD less than AS. See, we got three possibilities, that is, before E, our AD is greater than AS. After E, our AD is less than AS, but at the point of E, or point of intersection between AD and AS, our AD is exactly equal to AS. So, the level of income is considered as the point of equilibrium. So, at this level, we observe the 150 is the level of income at which our AD is exactly equal to AS. See, before and after in the schedule, income is 0, AD equal 30, 30 AD versus AS. So, in this area, our sheet analysis in the left side, we can analyze it in the left side. See, analysis. Here, AS equal 0, AD equal 30. So, AD greater than AS, 50 and 70. Again, AD greater than AS, 100 and 110. Our AD greater than AS. But 150 and 150, our AD exactly equal AS. And after that is 200 and 190, our AD less than AS. So, in all the points, we got only a single point at which AD exactly equal to AS. So, this point is the point of equilibrium level of output and income. So, dear student, after reaching at the point of equilibrium, we should aware regarding other two conditions. That condition is not an ideal condition for equilibrium, but these conditions are for disequilibrium. So, for disequilibrium, there are two possibilities: one AD greater than AS, another AD less than AS. So, what happens if our economy faces these two type of situation, either AD greater than AS or AD less than AS? So, what will happen in our economy, or what one can do, or what our economy can do to regain the point of equilibrium? So, in the next class, we will deal with the two other conditions of disequilibrium, and we will know about the impact of other possibilities, that is the condition of disequilibrium between AD and AS, and we will also deal with the solution suggested for any economy to maintain or attain the point of equilibrium. So, dear student, today is over now. Thanks all. We will meet in the next class to discuss about disequilibrium condition.